Hi girls, it's Mr. Wilson here. I just want to take some time just to explain a few things about design and technology, which is a subject that's offered to you in years 9 and 10. Now, first of all, design and technology is a STEM type subject. So for those of you who have an interest in science, technology, engineering and maths, this is one of those subjects that brings all of those elements together. Certainly for you girls who are thinking about pursuing careers in those innovative sectors, definitely want to be looking and considering STEM type subjects. Now, the types of projects that we tend to work on are projects where you are given a problem and you have to solve that problem. So, for example, here I've just turned the audio down here, but you can see the girls have constructed or designed and constructed a hydraulic robot arm. So basically, I challenged them to design something that could pick up marshmallows. They had to be able to dunk it in a toxic liquid and then be able to move it into a drying sector that's kind of designated by me, and they had to do that and operate the arm as quickly as possible under a sort of time scenario. So the girls are getting quite excited in the background, kind of going, pick this up, move that there, and all of that sort of stuff. Now, all of that, the mechanics of that arm, took quite a bit of figuring out. So the girls did a great job on that, and they also, through doing that, through their problem solving, learnt to use technologies. And also, there's some 3D printed parts there. In fact, those parts that are holding those syringes together are actually all 3D printed, which the girls learnt to manufacture. So, moving on, if you're a student who enjoys those sort of practical subjects, where you're gaining skills through being hands-on, then definitely, you may want to consider design and technology. You can see there a number of things. We've got girls 3D printing, girls in the background over here in the workshop. So again, you have definitely a hands-on type subject, as are all of our TAS subjects. You've had a bit of a taste of technology in years 7 and 8, and there's a really nice feeling about sort of creating something from nothing. So think about it when you have, you start off a project and you get an idea in your head, and you start to pursue that idea, you come up with some designs of that idea, and then you actually manufacture it. So that's a really, really nice thing to be able to achieve. We kind of look at years 9 and 10 as an opportunity to build skills. I kind of think of my classes, we're looking further a track, we're looking down the field and kind of thinking year 12, what sort of skills do we want these students to have, and how can we embed those skills early in the piece? So in year 9, we kind of focus on building your skills in terms of presentation of your designs, building your drawing skills. Drawing and being able to communicate ideas is a really, really important thing. And we also tend to focus on teaching you things about different material areas. It may well be that you undertake projects in resistant materials, so kind of wood, timber, metals, plastics, incorporating some electronics and also producing some graphic products. So there's a whole range of kind of things that are kind of built into design and technology. Now, those of you who are thinking of electing commerce as a possible subject, you might want to consider matching that up with design and technology. And the reason that I say that is because we tend to look at entrepreneurial activity and marketing. So if you think about all these products that are filled, that fill our lives, fill our world, all of those need to be sold. They need to be marketed creatively, and in doing so, they need to earn money. So if you've ever watched shows like Shark Tank, it kind of gives you a bit of an idea how a product actually comes to market. Now, with our design projects, as I said before, there's many possibilities. We tend to go down a path of kind of looking at product design, engineering type projects or electronics type projects. The technologies that you're going to get to experience and utilize are going to be things like laser cutters, 3D printing, vacuum forming, developing some CAD skills, developing some computer-aided manufacturing skills, and also some of those traditional hand skills as well. Early projects in year 9, we tend to focus on having smaller type projects that just introduce you to a set of skills. So for example, this one here, you can see is basically an introduction into a little bit of CAD work and using the laser cutter. A couple of years ago there we had some fidget spinners when everybody was fidget spinner mad, not so much these days, but you can just see there some of the 3D printed parts that we created and the 3D modeling of those parts that was done in CAD. In year 9 we also do some resin jewelry, and we use the resin jewelry as an introduction to molding, seeing as the world is you know, most of the products that we have are molded in some way, shape, or form. So that's a nice introduction there, and girls end up with some nice products out of that also. Here's a project called the Eco Lamp. It's basically a desk type study lamp, and that's integrates some electronics, a little bit of timber work, a little bit of metal, you know, as I said, some electronics there. So that's quite a nice little project. We also do this passive speaker, which makes use or repurposing of old vinyl records, and we vacuum form those over a mold, and it basically, you can see there's a picture of the phone. You put your phone inside and it actually amplifies the sound, almost like a speaker does, in fact like an old gramophone there. In year 10, also in year 9, we get to experience working with Little Bits. So the girls there, you can see in the picture, are busy building a radio controlled FaceTime robot. And those girls also were challenged to create a automated Nerf-powered anti-theft device. Essentially what we created there was a Nerf gun that was activated by a sensor, so you could put that in your bedroom somewhere. And if somebody came into your bedroom and tried to steal something out of your bedroom, you know, they got obliterated with the Nerf gun. So all of that was kind of automated. Year 10, a little bit of timber work there. Again, just kind of introducing you to different set of skills. So you want to kind of think of year 9 and 10 as an option to develop a range of skill sets. This project here is a pinball machine. We've done this a couple of times. Mr. Clark sometimes does this project in industrial technology timber. And if that's happening, then we run different projects. But as I said, girls, we tend to change our projects year to year. So there's no guarantee. We kind of negotiate projects. We kind of go, you know, we could do this, we could do that. And, you know, we kind of see which path the class wants to take. So yes, design is the most important profession in the world. In my opinion, the world is full of stuff, and the world needs people who have creative minds in order to solve problems, and that could well be you. If you do have questions, or you are thinking about design and technology, would like to explore that a little further, you can see myself, Mr. Wilson, or you can see Miss Goodhue. Miss McMonagles won't be here next year, seeing as she's off having a baby. But you know, yeah, again, check with myself or Mrs. Goodhue. So thanks again, girls. Please consider it, and thank you for your time.